traveled by train from Delhi to Delhi to Mumbai with Mustafa and Panu Teachig. Traveled by Pan Mustafa and Panu's slept most of the time. They told us very little about Teachig. They said that his real name was Babu Piles, but everyone call him Marman. That man uncle is the mean uncle is in the Malayalam language. Marman came from column in Kerala, but that's Kerala, but has lived in Mumbai for a long time. He has a school for disabled children. Marman believe that this disabled children were never to God. He also saved children from home and gave them a full future. At Marman School, we would be wonderful thing, and would go on to have successful live. They told us by the end of the journey. I was sure that this was the best thing that had ever happened to me.
So we're starting to get into the part where we haven't read, but they've just arrived at the children's home, and they're starting to figure out, but they're starting to just get acquainted with the place and know what's there. They're talking about Teachig. His real name is what? What is Teachig's real name? Babu. A lie. But everyone calls him Maman, so he has like 3 names, which means uncle. So we're just for everybody's context where we're at the children's home, learning more about that place. So we're going to start transitioning into something we haven't read about yet. So whoever wants to read next, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. He also saved children from home. What does that mean?
Which part?
Which part?
Oh, he also saved children from homes? Yes. So what homes do you think he's talking about? Maybe those kids grew up in a poor home, like their own personal homes. But basically, this home is for disabled, unfortunate, less fortunate children. So he's taking children in from basically bad situations, maybe bad pasts, and trying to give them a better future. So yeah, go ahead.
A taxi took us to my man's house in Gorgan. It was not the big house that we had expected. It was a large old building with a small garden and a high wall around it. Two big men were sitting outside the house, smoking. They had long, heavy sticks in their hands. Panus spoke to them quickly in the Malayalam language. It was at first that they were gone. We went into the house, and from the window, Mustafa pointed to some chairs in the garden. That is Mama's school for disabled children, he says. The other children live there too. I don't see any children, I said. They are having job training, Mustafa says. You will see them later.
He took us to our room. It was small, with 2 beds and a long mirror on the wall. In the basement of the house, there was a bathroom that we could use. We seemed to be the only children who were living there. My man came to welcome us in the evening. Salim told him that he was excited to be in Mumbai, and he was wanted to be a famous film star. My man smiled. To be a film star, you must be able to sing and dance, he said. Can you sing? No, said Salim. Don't worry, said Mama. I will get a good music teacher to give you lessons. Salim almost kissed Mama, but he stopped himself. Later, we went to the school for dinner. There was long wooden tables, but Salim and I sat at a small table with Mustafa. Our food came before the other children arrived. It was hot and good to eat, much better than the food at the daily home for boys.
Then the author children start coming in. It was terrible to watch. I saw boy with no every boy with no arm, boy with no leg. It was good that Salim and I had nearly by it out me. Their boy was standing in on corner of the room, watching the author eat. They are being putting off not doing enough work.
So we're, I'm sorry, I'm going to stop you. But, so they're in the place now. They're having lunch. They're having lunch. So up until this point, they had not seen the other children. They had their meal before the other children arrived. Was the meal good?
No.
Are you sure?
Good and maybe good. Hot. Good.
It was hot and good to eat.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
It was much better than the food at the boys' home. Salim talks to Maman about wanting to be his career to be what? What does Salim want to be again? Yes. So, but in order to be a movie star, you have to what?
Sing and dance.
Yeah. says he'll get, even though Salim can't sing, he's going to get him a music teacher to help him sing. So, but then, as they're having lunch, the other boys arrive. What kind of condition are the boys in? Yeah.
No eyes, no arms.
Yeah. So no eyes, no arms.
No leg.
Yeah, some with no some with no legs. So I'm sure they said it was terrible to watch all these boys as they started coming into the room. And there's the last part we talked about, there's 3 boys that are in the corner of the room who are being punished while they watch the others eat. So yeah, let's start.
Okay. Mustafa said, don't worry, they'll eat later. The music teacher came the next day, called me Master G. He told us, when Salim sang, we discovered that he had a good voice. Very good, said Master G. Then he turned to me and told me to sing. When I sang, Master G put his fingers in his ears. I will have to work very hard with you, he said. Mustafa and Panus tried to stop us from talking with the boys in the disabled school, but Salim and I soon got to know some of them. We heard their sad stories, but we also began to learn the truth about my man.
We are not school children, 13 years old. Also show us we are beggars, we beg in trades. What happens to the money you earn, I ask. We have to give it to my men. Reply also. So my man is a gangster, I said. You said, yes, said also. But he gives us 2 meals each day. I was shocked and worried, but Salim continued to believe that all would end well for us. Why were you punished today? I asked 10 years old Lanju, who was blind. I did earn enough money. He said, if you give my men less than 100 rupees, you don't get food. You will go to bed hungry. We spoke to lad and 11 years old with only 1 leg.
Why are you never punished? I asked him. It's a secret, he said. So please don't tell anyone. There's an actress who lives in Juhu. When I didn't earn enough, I go to her to give me food and money. Her name is Nelima Kumari. People say that she was once very famous. What does she look like? Asked her. You can see that she was really beautiful when she was young, said Lapid. But now she's getting old. She needs a servant. If I had 2 legs, I would run away from here and work for her. That night, I dreamed I went to a house in Jubu. A tall woman opened the door, but the woman in my dream was not Nelima Kumari. She was my mother. She wore a white sari. I couldn't see her face because the wind was blowing her long black hair across it. I started to say something, but then I discovered that I had no legs. I woke up screaming.
Yeah, let's stop right there real quick. It's important just to understand what is going on here. So Mustafa and Panus, They have obviously Salim and Ram here, but they also have all these other boys. Did they want Salim and Ram to talk to the other boys?
No.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, you're right. They don't want them to talk to them. Why do you think they may not want them to talk to them? Yes. Yes. And even yes. So good. So even now they're figuring out some things about Mama that they did not know before. So really, are these school children at all? Are these school children or are they something else? Beggars. Yeah, they're beggars. And so basically what they're doing is they're going out to beg for money. And how much should they have to bring back every day?
100 not be less than 100.
Less, yeah. Otherwise they get punished. Then they end up talking to this guy named Radney. He's 11 years old and he's never punished. And why is he never punished? Yeah, someone from Juhu, an actress who lives in Juhu is helping him. And she gives him food, she gives him money. What is her name? Yeah. And so they say at one point she was very famous. And then what's the last part that we just read? Somebody describe what's the last part we just read? The last paragraph. What'd you say? Yes, he dreamed it. He dreamed it. But yeah, he's dreaming that he went to that house in Juhu, and a tall woman opened the door. But the woman was who?
The mother.
Yes, the mother. The woman was his mother. But before he wakes up, what does he notice? Their legs. Yeah. And so he wakes up screaming. So a nightmare. Okay. So now we're to the next part. So whoever wants to read next.
Our music lessons were coming to an end, and Master Lim was very pleased with Salim. There is only one more lesson. Master said, "You must learn the songs of Sadas." Who is Sadas? Asked Salim. He was a very famous singer, and he wrote thousands of songs, praises Lord Krishna, said modestly. He was unsurprised. On the last day of our music lessons, Colonels came into the room to talk with Majesty. They talked in quiet voices. Then Colonels paid Majesty some money. They left the room together. Then I saw 100 rupee note lying on the floor. Colonels must have dropped it. I was going to put it in my pocket, but Salim took it from me. We must give it back to the Colonels, he said.
We went to Mama's office. When we were near the door, we heard Mama and Colonels talking. So what did Masaji say? Mama was asking Colonels. The older boy is...
Morning. Teacher Aaron, she really is this level, not my level.
Okay.
Okay. I do 99. I actually. Is there anybody who would like to study with the new teacher? No, you're okay. Everybody okay here? Okay.
I won't be offended.
มาเรียนกับทุกคนไม่ได้ครับเพราะมีนักเรียน30 คนอย่างเดียวต้องไปร้องมา Good. Anybody else before you? Good. Mr. X, you want to study here? มาเลยกับคุณมามีตัวมีนักเรียนเยอะไหมมีโอกาสพูดหมากอันนี้สามนักเรียนมีโอกาสพูดบ่อยเกิด
คือหนังสือ
เกิด
มีเกินไปหรือเปล่า
That's all right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, please, go ahead.
The older boy is terrible, but the younger one is very good. Said Pam. He could earn 4 or 500 a day. And the other boy asked Mama, the tall one, what should we do with him? If he does get us 100 each night, then he goes to bed hungry. Replied the parent, okay, send them out one of the prayer from next week. Said Mama, we will do it to them tonight after dinner.
Thank you. Okay, so after his dream, their music lessons are coming to an end. And so Master G is very pleased with Celine. He can sing very well. I don't know about Ram. I don't think he can sing very well. And so the most important part, he's talking about learning the songs of Surdus. But then on the last day of the music lessons, Panus is talking in a room. What are they talking about? Ram is not. They say that the older boy is terrible. The older boy being who? Ram. The younger one is very good. He could earn 400 or 500 a day. So after they had that discussion, what did they decide those boys are going to do? Where are they going to send those boys? Yeah, so the last sentence that we read, okay, send them out on the trains from next week. We will do it to them tonight after dinner. So there's something going to happen to them. And so now they're worried.
This means told him off.
We'll see. We'll see. But basically something's going to happen involving sending them to the trains. But we don't know yet. We're going to read that. So, okay. So, okay, picking up where we left off.
I was really afraid after hearing this word. I quickly grabbed Selim's arm and pulled him back to our room. Selim, we have to escape from this bed, I cried. Something very bad is going to happen to us after dinner. We were taught the songs of Sudas because he was blind. And we are going to be blind too, so that we can beg on the trains. I'm sure that all disabled boys here have been blinded or had their arms and legs cut off by Maman and his sad end. But where will we go? Asked Lee. What will we do? Remember the trace. Nirima Umali. When they told us about her, I said, she needs a servant. It helped her at any of the train that goes there. Why don't we go to the police? Such a said, listen, are you crazy? I said, whatever you do and wherever you go, you will go to the police. Okay.
Sure. Either one. If you want to continue on, that's fine.
We were inside the bathroom and Salim was trying to open the window upstairs. Upstairs we could hear Maman guards in our room. Harry, I said, I can't open it. Salim whispered. He was very frightened. Now we could hear the sound of feet coming down the stairs. At last, Salim got the window open. He climbed out. Then he took my hand and pulled me through. Outside, the moon was bright in the sky. Soon we were on a train going to Julia. A small, thin boy who was about 7 or 8 years old came along the train. He walked with a stick and hard a begging blow. He was lying. He stopped near us and began to sing one of Sudha's most famous songs. When he finished the song, he held out his begging below. The other passenger on the train gave him nothing. Salim took something from his pocket and looked at me. He looked at me. I nodded. Then Salim dropped panosos. What is panos, 100 rupees note into the boy's begging blow.
Smita is checking her head. It is difficult to believe that there are people who can be so cruel as children, she said. Then Smita has hair on the DVD player. Came to look at the cinema coming up. We now have the 2000 block question. He said, he looked at me. Are you ready? Ready? I'm ready. Which group did Sudas? The very singer play to A, Lam, B, this time. C, Shala, or D, Burma. The music began. B, Christmas, I said. Are you absolute sure? He said. Yes, I said. There was the sound of drum. The correct answer with it on the screen. Absolute correct, said Prem Kumar. You have won 2,000 loot. Prem Kumar smiled. I didn't know.
Awesome, thank you. So, to recap, so they're up in the bathroom and they're still in the home. Ram and Salim. What do they do? Escape. So they escape. Yeah, so they basically are climbing out, escaping through the window. And so where are they going? Where do they want to go? And why Juhu?
Want to meet
Yeah. Well, who is there? How did they know of that place?
Nelima.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
They can tell them.
So they come across this boy who is 7, they say 7 or 8 years old, who's on the train. And whose song is he singing? Which, that's the same.
Same song that we teach him.
Yeah, exactly. And they think it's music